Welcome to Onivia, League of Legends highlights. These are the best highlights from today's LCK matchup.
A call, but it looks like he missed a couple of CS. He's still ahead, but was able to get back. Maybe it was a cannon wave, and he was able to time it well. Either way, he's still enjoying a pretty nice laning phase himself.
A good trade. I think either team making the right call here. BNK wants to play towards the top side, getting grubs when you have Yone and Renekton is definitely a solid investment. And on the flip side, Nongshim playing towards their stronger bot lane. And it will be Hextech next. Mihao, oh, he is low on mana, but does have two cookies.
He can't really clear the wave, and now he's just going to get rooted by the Zyra, not able to avoid any of that. And so it's first blood handed.
What they're looking towards is team fighting, but if it's a perfect...
Wait, you just saw him clearing the wave. Oh, he's going to be rooted. Now Mihail might be dead. He is going to go all out, trying to take out Clear, and he does get the kill. He knew that he could stay and get the 1v2, and that he does, just barely.
That's not bad. He has TP advantage.
Yeah, might just be able to pick them up there. About to spawn, but take a look at this. A 1v1 down on the bottom side. Also a wraparound from Clear. And there you go. The Rakan goes in. You dive onto the backline. Sylvie is very low. He's trying to get out, but he cannot. Even Yone, closer, was looking for the follow-up there. And that's just a kill. Mihail does not get killed, but he gets pushed out of lane. And that's a couple of extra wins for BNK FearX.
Really nicely done there by BNK.
There is a chance of a Chemtech Soul Oxys here. We'll see what happens. But it is going to be the first rate going to BNK.
It does feel imminent, doesn't it?
It kind of does, yeah. I don't know why. Could be Ocean. No, it's Infernal.
I just like the feeling of everyone turning into a beefcake. I just think it's funny.
League of Tanks. Yep. And Henna just going to dash out of the way of that ult and use the barrier as Guger just hooks the wall. Here comes Sylvie, though, and that should push the Zeri out of the lane. Good job by Henna to try to get out of this one, but he does try to back in the bush. Force back. So pressure in the top side from the Renekton continues, but a nice little play as a team from Nongshim to pressure the bot turret.
Still a successful play, even though they don't get the... I think ideally you at least get the flash. Oh, boy.
Yeah, he might just kill him here. The all-out does come down, though, and he is under turret, so Clear is going to have to back away. But guess what?
Oh, boy.
The whole team, it feels like, is up here. And even the Rakan quickness is going to be utilized just to make 100% sure. And it's just not a fun game for Mihail, who, again, chose this life.
They knew. Yeah, this was... You kind of knew this was coming. And BNK especially, I think, plays so well when they can be the aggressor. It's what got them the wins. And even though this isn't a full... I just wish... Because this happens to so many champions, because so many of the champions that are good and competitive like just need a buff or two or enough stuff to get nerfed.
Yeah.
Like, we've learned these lessons. We are a region that has been known for Renekton B1 for a really long time. So we should... We just copy your old homework.
Yeah, I mean, things change, so it's kind of hard, but I do agree. There are answers. Either way, we do have some action here, as Teleport's going to come in, but Guger is getting bullied. The MF ult is okay. It's actually going to zone them off of Guger and let him survive, but this Renekton is just gigantic, and they have to run away from it, as another blast going to be utilized here by the side of Nongshim, as a root comes down and ult as well, and Jiu does not have flash. In a bit of trouble, but the damage doesn't come in! Oh! Henna is going to die, actually, takes the last turret shot, and Jiu just baits him in.
I actually quite like that. Given that you don't have your sums, that they're like, no, we're not going to risk it. We're playing into Yone, Renekton. They have flash, Rakan has flash, and we don't. So, surprising level of level-headedness here from the Noodle Boys. Doesn't mean it's good. Still, BNK getting the Infernal, and I think I don't have to really highlight why BNK getting more damage is good. Their composition stands or falls by, do we blow up a target in time? Leandries. Add Blade of the Ruined King and Infernal Dragons on top of that.
No, actually Raptor is going to get hooked here, and a full MF ult hits him in the face. Unfortunately, the rest of the team is kind of zoned away. Raptor going to get hit again, and he is going to go down, somehow barely dying to that. Guger does get traded back, but kind of funny that Sylvie was able to extend that and actually pick up the kill.
Yeah, that spear should have never hit Raptor, guys. We had enough people there to ensure that that doesn't happen.
Yes.
The burn ends up coming through, not going to mean an objective, but still a nice little win for Nongshim. And it's these type of little victories that keep this game feeling like it is within touching distance. Hannah giving a kill over, Raptor trading his life, but he had a big shutdown. And you know, Guger's life is a Nautilus. Who cares? It doesn't matter.
What do you mean?
We all know about the
Nautilus
Nautilus
matter.
have fun.
It's...
No, we never learned his full lore, so how can we know it's matter? Get the flash out of the Corki. Gonna be a big win here for BNK, and Closer really wants to play aggressive as we have double TPs coming in here. I don't... So obviously, the Nongshim TP is the one that set this one off. Definitely not necessary as...
Mihail trying to bait him in here. It might actually work as there is an MF nearby, but actually he just gets popped like a balloon. And now the MF is like, oh crap, it's a giant croc. What am I going to do? And it's a 1v1, the flash away. He does get the kill, but it's a double kill for the Renekton. As Clear will win in the end.
Oh, that's a 2-item Renekton right there. The Sterix keeping him alive for so long. Miao thinks he's tanky, finds out he's not. And yeah, for sure, you try to go for this. This is very early, though. This is still a big risk. Sylvie's alive, so I'm not 100% sure as to whether they should actually go through it. I think they, yeah, let's peace out. I think we should celebrate that. I think we should collectively be happy about this as another attempt and another... maybe yes, maybe no. I don't seem to be too sure.
Say it ain't so. Well, they're actually looking for the engage here. They are going to try to go on to Guger, but that's a double Yone ultimate. Catches the Kazante, who just gets ripped to shreds. As Fisher doesn't have flash, but he is just able to kite this one out as Renekton, after he uses a slice and dice, now able to get in there. Big double up.
How do you
how
do you win the fight and then use TP and still lose? And the answer is, Clear is a raid boss. We saw there as well, right? Like, find a fight and you can come back. But if you're a weak spot in the LCK, like, you will just get dove on repeat. You know, the punish game, I think Peanut is always my peak example of this.
Yeah.
Where if he identifies that you are vulnerable, you're not playing the video game. And I think that's really where we see the difference here. And I think BNK doing a really good job of exploiting that inexperience, particularly on a pick like the Kazante, where it feels kind of counterintuitive because of how tanky he is yeah, he's taking a beating. Like, neither side lane is going to feel great.
Clear is just running it, and he has Randuins. Fisher doesn't really do damage to him at all, and he gets the slow in. Now he's just running through 3 people. He is finally going to be traded back, but the rest of the team has followed up. The giant MF ult comes in, but Closer immediately shuts that down, lines the ball up, picks up a triple kill, and Guger is just food for the rest of them. BNK FearX pick up the ace, they'll get the Baron, and they're looking good for game 1.
And Clear does the setup, soaks the cooldowns, gives his life. They are only 1 series ahead. And yeah, in terms of game score, they have a pretty sizable lead. But Guangdong this week is playing, and let me double check that, Hanwha Life and DK.
Yeah.
And BNK is playing Nongshim and Bro.
Yep.
So I think for BNK, these are must-win matches, and if you win these, your playoffs becomes so much more manageable. And right now, they're looking up to the task.
Yeah, they definitely are. And we even saw at the end of that last team fight that Henna just feels so comfortable in this kind of thing because he comes in right at the end and he's just cleanup duty, and that's where Zeri is really at her strongest, which is another thing in the draft that we were kind of surprised about, that Zeri was just totally ignored teams to figure out how to draft against their opponents specifically. And yeah, this game, we're not talking too much about it because BNK has a 10,000 gold lead and they're about to get their second Infernal Drake, which will be a nice learning experience as well for Mihail to say, hey, this is going to happen more. This keeps happening. How do I deal with this? You know, how do I figure it out? And yeah, no, they're not killing him. It's not going to happen. Like, Fisher is putting all of the damage into him as possible, and it just doesn't matter. Arm guard purchased by Sylvie just to go down. Duro did go very deep, though, as he might be... no, it's just going to get rooted up. Will Mihail, who was desperate to try to kill just the Rakan, who has Warmogs. And now, Clear is going in. Zeri is getting focused. Yes, he'll go down, but Closer is in the back line. And Gio desperate to try to run away from this one. Not the cleanest fight, but BNK FearX just kind of bang their head into the wall and get the job done.
In a classic BNK fashion, Hannah just gets popped. Nobody cares. Doesn't change anything.
Oh no,
and we
trying to ult in front of them. That's not going to work out. He's got GA as well. And that's going to be the end of the game.
I haven't even talked that much, but I think we see here as well with how far behind the front line was, particularly Miao. Like, Gio just never had any space. There was always someone there to cancel, and man, what?
Welcome to Onivia, League of Legends highlights. These are the best highlights from today's LCK matchup.
Those two grubbies, or three rather, and Noshim and their bottom lane is coming over here, but maybe potential to poke on in here. Duro just going to run towards the Ashe. Now he has to commit. He goes on in, but this is a 3v4 BNK, and that's just going to be Duro dying for seemingly not a big reason. Although now that Raptor's here with level 6, he really wants to throw that ult into the brushes and maybe even steal this one away, as there's the ult, going to do a bunch of damage, and now comes down to the smite fight, and it goes the way of Raptor. BNK FearX, I didn't believe in them, but they extend the fight, and now they're getting some big value. So many low health bars, as down will go Jiwoo, and even Fisher is going to have to flash away from this one. Raptor just on the hunt, looking for more, as one more W not going to get it done, but still an eventual win for BNK FearX. The roam towards the top lane. We do have Sylvie nearby. He's level 6 as well. Bit of pressure in mid at the same time. Fisher really trying to put on some damage with the culling. Closer looks like he does not have Valkyrie, or he's not going to use it, and just runs away.
To be available for Fisher yet, so the timing here really nicely done by BNK. Just going to get their 6 grubs, and oh, can we get the cancel?
Yep.
That's big. Very nicely done. That's going to be a lot of plates going over here to Fisher, a lot of minions being lost, so BNK do have to pay a price.
Gugar's just going to go in and face check. They do have an Aatrox in, but the timing is not good for Noshim. Duro in a bit of trouble himself. He's not even going to bother to flash. And Sylvie gets the kill, kind of unfortunately. Feel like you would like that either on Ju or Mihail.
It's free 1-1 right now. So.
Yeah, so it's leveling Q.
Well, he could go 3 points into Emax, but I don't think that's... I'm not optimistic on that one. Are faking a bit of a contest here. Doesn't look like BNK is going to take the bait. Nice read there by Claire, knowing that we haven't seen on... Well, no, I know.
But winner is going to bite a little bit harder.
But we've already learned that. Like this is like just with the Renekton thing. We've learned these counters. We don't need to relearn them.
Yeah.
We should know them.
But for some reason we don't. Fisher's going to lose that trade. Thankfully he has Ivern to help out, as now the TP is coming in, and they're in a really rough spot. The arrow is not going to hit, but I think Closer's still in a bit of trouble. The Senna ult will help out him. Mihail flashes, but he can't even get the knockup on a Closer, and now he's just dead. The Aatrox alone, not able to do anything, as now we have the Nature's Grasp coming in. Not going to hit anyone, actually, but the root is going to hit Gugar. And they will back away from the fight. Just the kill on a Mihail, but it feels like a big one.
Yeah, some questionable flashes there, I do want to say. I think Miao's obviously taking cake.
We've still got Nara available clear, trying to go forward. He's going to hop in as well. He does hit 2 of them. Jiwoo avoids it, but the rest of the team is not, as Sylvie is in a lot of trouble. Going to get hit in the head by a house. And down will go the turrets. Meanwhile, we've got Closer pushing mid, and they're not even done with this fight. As Noshim trying to step up here, Clear not able to do much, as for some reason he didn't get over the wall. And the Lucian is down a level and is losing to Corki.
A lot of poke still comes down. I think Jiwoo playing very far forward here.
Yeah.
Ends up having to...
Oh God, what happened here? But actually it's being turned. Noshim able to get that kill. There's the reset. Now Duro's in a bit of trouble. He's got to run away. Is Duro not quite able to run from the Aatrox, as this brand value is just kind of getting out of control. Everybody burning, but it's still a couple of kills to Noshim. And some very low health bars though. So BNK trying to stand up for this Drake.
Is that enough to get them the Camtech Drake? If they can start stacking the Drake, it's going to be absolutely incredible. Really what they're looking for. I've taken a good amount of damage. Miao also getting some much needed gold influx this time around with that kill. And this is one of the key things with Ivern. He really forces you to relearn your kill windows. Because if you go in and he shields in extended trade...
He tried to ward the brush, 100%, I'll tell you that. And the Rift Herald is going to be used as an engage tool. Here comes the Senna.
That's Hannah.
Engage Senna is back, and he's just going to crash into the wall.
Because you're going to get like 2 items at most, generally. Like, if we do get to a 3-4 item Senna, that's kind of out there, but I don't trust LCK teams to actually start letting Hannah farm. It's not really a thing we do. So...
We know our team so well. Duro's in a lot of trouble, but he is Maokai. We'll see if he can get out of this one. The Senna ult's also going to help him, but look at this redemption value. Cougar, full health, and still a lot of poke did go in from the Brand onto that back line. Raptor still holding on to his ult. Really, for me, my headspace, I'm just thinking about the insane amount of value this Brand is getting in all of these team fights, as his damage must be so high at this point already.
I imagine it will. Duro, I'm getting some lucid Maokai vibes, where he's used to playing stuff with a lot of proactive engage power, and Maokai is not that, right?
Yeah.
Maokai's responsive engage power is...
That's an Ivern alone, and he is in the forest, but he's not enjoying this at all. But TP is coming in, he kind of does bait them in. It's now Closer in a really rough spot, trying to get the kill, misses the big one onto Cougar, who is incredibly low. And Raptor is still kiting it out and chipping away at those health bars. But Fisher going to take this moment now to go top and try to get some of this local gold. No. It's just going to go down.
Yeah, they don't want to take your risk.
Probably haven't seen it. This is part of why the Brand feels nice into this. You just throw your W's and brushes and you hit people. As already the poke is coming down, and now the Braum is standing in front, but he's just burning so fast as Raptor is just frontlining alongside of Duro. Is everybody going to flash away from that Gnar? And now the kiting will come out here. And Mihail just frontlining pretty well. Closer once again, diving the backline, sets up the kill on the Fisher with his dive Corki, as the disengage code is going to be denied, and Mihail can't get away from them. That should be the Drake to BNK.
I honestly wish they would go Nash. I think they might still try to do so immediately after there's no TP on Mihail, on Fisher. I think that might be the nail it's doable. Look at this disjointed nature. Mio is going forward, the rest of the team is backing off.
Yeah.
And they had to make the decision one way or another. Either we all commit because the health bars are low, or we back off. That is neither, as we see in picture-in-picture. Nash being taken.
Yeah, Nongshim didn't want to challenge that at all as Jiwoo. Anyway, BNK FearX are going to push mid with their Baron buff. It was a nice little try at a gank rush. Rotate down to the bottom lane and try to take this inner turret. But I do wonder if BNK will be able to crack the base. As Ash, he has to flash away, and now Fisher's frontlining as Lucian. What's going on? As they don't seem to have a front line. Mihail was never able to get there. Now a bit of damage goes into Gnar. As, again, the train has well and truly fallen off the tracks now. We're not wobbling back and forth anymore, as both teams really trying to play for this one. But Mega Gnar is about to time out after this TP does get finished. As BNK FearX, they really want to burst down at this Dragon. They're going to go for it now. The Chemtech Soul goes their way. Duro on the engage. Fisher is so low, he has to back away, and Cougar is just going to be sacrificed, as nobody else was able to save him. And now Daisy will be called out for some reason, just to try to help them get away, which they will.
Oh, that was a desperate time, call for desperate measures. Lock in, they're 2-0, continuing their trend upwards in the standings, and making a kick are going to be the case, and it doesn't look like it'll end up better in Valdez.
He just said it got nerfed, so I'm not building it. Raptor's just nearly going to die, and he does flash to try to get away. It's the Redemption. Tries to snipe him down, but Redemption not quite as strong as Chemtech plants. And so Raptor at half health. Certainly that culling hurt quite a bit. Raptor will survive, and there is healing from the center. So they're able to back away, he's able to sustain up, and the push will still come through for BNK FearX.
Slow and steady for BNK. Not taking too much risk, still have a minute left on this. Could opt to have Duro back and TP back in if they want to keep the wave alive.
I feel like you just throw out a Nature's Grasp, as Henna is just going to cleanse that one. Duro still holding onto that Maokai ultimate.
And there's no engage, but how do you catch someone? You can't, so you guys getting siege in all lanes.
Yeah, maybe if they had a Renekton that was really far ahead, they just run at them. But that was the last game, and it was their opposing team, not Nongshim. And
I know we're always looking for upsets when we all have the same predictions, but And I think this one is going to be at Miel. One last-ditch attempt.
He finally finds the flank in this game, but it's as the Nexus turrets fall, and they are not going to do anything to help him out. Mihail gets 1 Q onto the backline.
These were the best highlights from today's LCK matchup. Click that subscribe button faster than Ramus can say,
Okay.
see you on the next one.